Donald Trump made history by starting the eve of the election here in Sarasota. On Saturday, Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Kaine rallied Democrats in Sarasota as well. And after he did, he talked to us. Senator, 3 days ago, how are you feeling?
I love seeing a finish line, and I like the energy that I see. So I've been doing basically a state a day for the last 9 days of the campaign. All states that are battleground states, some that are real checkmate states like Florida. I really like the energy we're seeing, especially around early vote. The early vote gives you a really good indication of what's going on, and we really like what we see, but it's going to be close. Americans really want to know which president is going to create a better economy for them, which president has the judgment and the preparation to keep America safe in a challenging world, and especially, and this is the thing that's so energizing to this crowd and others, do you want a president that's going to try to unify people, or do you want a president that's made it cool to insult and demean people? That example set from the Oval Office, we're either going to be stronger together and unify people, or it's okay to name call people. That will pervade the rest of society, and I think that has really energized our voters, and that's what they are wanting to talk about.
Sarasota is one of the wealthiest communities in the country, but also a lot of people are having a hard time paying their bills who live and work here. Some people say to us, even the wealthiest people here, we don't want to spend more, don't want to pay more in taxes. What would you say to them?
Well, I would say if you make less than $250,000 a year, you won't. We are going to not increase on our side, our plan, no tax increases for those who make less than $250,000 a year. And many who do make less will get tax benefits because we're doing things like child care tax credit and other incentives that would lower your taxes. Donald Trump has a tax plan that gives tax breaks at the very top. But independent groups have said that as many as 8 million middle-class families will see their taxes go up under Donald Trump. People at the very top will get a tax break, but middle-class families will see their taxes go up. So that's a fundamental choice. We think those who are very, very wealthy and those companies that have done very well by paying a little bit more and then putting that money into education and infrastructure will improve the economy for everybody, including those at the top. But we're not going to raise taxes on the middle class like Donald Trump would.
And finally, what do you say to those people who call in right into our show and who don't believe Hillary is trustable, that is basically what motivates them to vote for Donald Trump? Well,
look, people are going to vote for Donald Trump. I mean, we're a closely divided nation, so he's going to get some votes. But what I'm struck by, in Virginia, the number of Republicans and independents that are coming out and saying, we're voting for Hillary. In Virginia, the most iconic political figure was our senator of 30 years, John Warner, lifelong Republican, endorsed Hillary in the most glowing terms because he said, look, I was chairman of the Armed Services Committee. She was one of my committee members. She is prepared to deal with these very tough issues. Florida and Virginia both are states that have deep respect for the military. I want somebody who has worked on military issues, not somebody who says the military is a disaster, which Donald Trump says, who attacks John McCain, says he can't be a hero because he was a POW, attacks a Gold Star family. People who care deeply about the military look at Donald Trump and they say, this guy's very, very dangerous and he doesn't respect our traditions. Whereas Hillary Clinton, who is not only an Armed Services Committee member, but also Secretary of State, understands that diplomacy has an important role. I think they feel it's a safer bet. So yeah, there's going to be voters we won't get. But what I'm struck by, the number of independents, Republican-leaning independents and Republicans, who look at Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton and say, Hillary Clinton's the person who should be president.
Today, Tim Kaine is rallying support in battleground North Carolina and his own state of Virginia. When we return, we'll have more on this final day of campaigning with our roundtable.